Well, good morning. I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you're ready to begin the midweek to your daily insight on life and love for January 13th. Let's see, 1492. No, wait, 1912. Crap, what year is it? 2017? Well, anyway, so this is your daily insight on life and love for January 13th, 2021. It's also time, so if you're catching this at any point in time, it could have relevance to your life. It's general collective. Do not force it to fit. If it doesn't fit, you can either let this reading fall away, never think about it again. You can always ask questions about booking a session with me. All is well on that one. I do have a crazy sale because all the chaos that's going around. It started off as the coronavirus sale. Then I expanded to all of my services and called it the holiday sale. Now, since it seems to be not letting up, I'm just going to keep it going. Ask questions about which one of my services might be right for you, and, well, see about booking. I don't even know. Anyway, so if you're new to the channel, it gets entertaining here. I sometimes trip and fall over my words. I will misspeak, and I will say that with confidence. So, what do you say we kick off this reading? I'm ready to start the midweek. I have my coffee, so you know it's good. Actually, I'm really bummed because I got this coffee cup and I spent a good chunk on it. Stupid handle broke off. I don't know what I did to deserve that. It's not cool. It's not going to fly. All right. So now that we've heard my daily gripes, let's look at this. You definitely got to check out the mini reads. Of course, I'm going to try to integrate them into this, but if I don't, go ahead, check the timestamp. This is the Ace of Swords. I'm really liking this, but I feel bad in a way because when I'm looking at this with the cards that are next to it, I feel like you're feeling like you're drowning with everything that's going on. And I do feel like part of you just wishes that this was a dream, that you could just wake up and just kind of not be involved in this situation that's going on in life right now. It feels like you have slipped into another, it feels like a parallel universe. It feels so off in a way. I know that this is something where you just kind of want to crawl into a ball, but if you have to, absolutely take a day to rest. In fact, I said that in the mini read, so again, I'm telling you to check that out. I'm seeing that we have what seems to be, it feels like some sort of new start, a new chance coming out of the blue, literally out of nowhere. It feels like it literally fell from the sky. It feels so alien, but this is something that it's like this reserved ball of energy where it just kind of gets you going. And what I'm seeing is that this is ripping something very real inside of you out to the surface and putting it out on display in front of you. I feel like this part of yourself has been completely unacknowledged for God knows how long. Oh my God. Okay. So hang on. We are doing this for the 13th of January, 2021. This is new moon energy. No wonder. No wonder. This is insane. I love this. Okay. So there is something really massively incoming. Focus your intentions on what you want to bring into your life right now. When we're in the full moon, we want to focus on what we want to project out of our life and what we want to have resolve itself. Now it's time for you to think about what you want to bring in. So, my dearest, I'm saying be very clear about what you want to bring in. The reason why it's feeling so alien is because it seems like it's very much becoming some sort of a tangible object in front of you. Yeah. There's a lot going into this. There's a lot that's covering this too. So the massive change is this is something to really get your blood flowing. I'm trying to find another word for that, but this is literally the best of what's coming out right now. So, hey, you're containing your excitement, and this feels like the most pressure that you have had on yourself to contain something about yourself. It's like you don't want all your cards showing. Like if I were here in front of you right now, as I am, this is all I would show you. Yeah? No, there's nothing behind here. No, don't pay attention. No, this isn't happening. The pressure is going to be released. The pressure that makes you feel like you're drowning, that makes everything feel alien. It's time to integrate new energy right now. So this is what we are kicking this reading off with. This is definitely it feels like a remembrance of whatever ghost of your past, something that is deep, hidden, and it feels like it's in the ball of your stomach. And it feels like this is something that has been just completely wiped clean from your memory. And now it's there now. So what are we going to do with this? I want to look at the Mother Healing mini read from earlier, because what I'm seeing here, look, you have every reason about this to be optimistic, and I think that scares the living bejesus out of you. There is a major block, and it's like you somehow don't deserve any of this. You are rejecting this part of yourself because it does feel so good. Like this feels, I'm trying to find the words for it. It feels like a soul spa day. If that were ever to be a thing, can you imagine what that would look like? Just send your higher self into the spa. Get one of those back rubs on that, your higher self. Work out those kinks. Your worthiness is going to be something that is going to be completely thrown out in front of you. So I'm going to actually shuffle these back in because I want clarification on your issues with worthiness. It is coming from this very innocent part of you being exploited, mocked, ridiculed, and this is something that has been tucked away very virginal inside of you, and something that you've been massively protective over. I don't even feel like this is something you would have looked at for a very long time. And actually, part of me is thinking that you were afraid that this actually did die inside of you. You weren't going to find this part of yourself again. And Spirit's like, hang on. You don't even know. You're afraid to take this leap because this is something that you have tried so desperately in the past, and it was completely shut out, whether it was completely stopped dead in its tracks physically, or it was shut down mentally and emotionally by others. It was gaslighting towards you. And when so many people around you are doing that, and you were at that stage in your life, how could you ever believe any of this was true? So, my dear, you got to have a lot proven to you by Spirit, and it's more than willing to step up to the occasion because you're working with a lot of hesitance and letting this in. The thing that is coming up right now is the karmic lesson is completely fulfilled. And now, what? Are we really willing to step outside of ourselves to look and see how far we have come? So I'm saying your hesitance, your absolute petrified opportunity or even attempt to leap into acknowledging this, absorbing it, actualizing it, rising up to the occasion. It takes a lot of work to grow this garden that you have become. You tended to yourself in the most surviving way possible. This, it feels like it was... It feels... like it was done in such a way where it couldn't be noticed. It was kind of in the backdrop of everyone's peripheral vision. Am I saying that right? There was no way you were going to be able to defend this. And what you are coming up right now, you actually don't need to defend. This is your stick of truth. God, okay, so my ex and my kids, they played this game. It was a South Park game. What was it? It was a Stick of Truth. Good God. Oh, God, I hated hearing that game in the background. But anyway, I do see that this is you. And everything about this is literally coming out of nowhere. So I think this is going to be something that shocks you. You know, when something comes up out of nowhere and it's just, it makes your blood drain and you're just like, oh God. Yeah, it's going to have that kind of that initial vibe to it where it's going to make you turn white for a solid second. Just all the blood draining. So, whatever that is, don't worry. This is in favor for you. I don't want you to shy away or run away from whatever this is. This is something where it's coming up, but it's coming up to validate you and to heal you. So, let's see. The mother healing on this, I'm actually being drawn to look into again. So then we have somebody getting caught in their lies, something that they couldn't keep in order. It feels really good. It feels like you are being restored. Obviously not from where you were. Because of everything that's gone on, how could you even assume that this would be able to get back to that before it all happened stage? No, you're retrieving that small whatever stage of your life was and bringing it back into the now and integrating it with this. So you will be vindicated. I do feel like you'll get your head back above water because this is something that has been weighing you down for so long. The tide has been coming in, and I feel like a walking cliche every time I talk about these things. But it's true. This is something where it does feel like you were having all the tides come up and you weren't able to keep your head above water. This is literally something that was drowning you out. All right, you. So this is what we're looking at. We're going to see what is on the other side of this. All right. So what's on the other side of this? What's the why of this? Self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you're God's perfect child. Synchronicity. Something about this has completely jogged your memory recently. It could just be a spark of remembrance, a spark of a name, or the way that you had felt. Maybe it was just a passing thought. It could have even been a dream. What I'm seeing is you got a foreshadowing, if you really look back, about this coming back up. And I think that it was something that you easily dismissed because it was too far out, too far-fetched. No, it was foreshadowing. Spirit is telling you that it was preparing you for this moment and that it was going to get you above water so you can breathe again, and that there's a whole other world that's going on now. So the self-forgiveness is how long you've been captive to this. It's actually really painful. Sorry about the interruption. Let's continue with our daily insight on life and love for January 13th. 32 AD. I don't know. What year are we on? I keep forgetting. So, let's see. What is this? Hang on. Something just fell. Really? Soul's gift in training. It's time to step up. That's a why. It's time to step up. Okay, you. I love it when that happens. So then I pulled out a ton of archetype cards. They have a lot of names in here that, you know, I'm never going to call you those names. However, this is telling you that your soul needs a break right now. Look, you've completely succumbed to the journey, surrendered to it. Part of you definitely has died off in this one. That's why I say succumb to it. You are being resurrected. You are being vindicated. But now, since what's happening is happening in your life, it's like your soul is tired and actually needs to rest, which is probably what you've been feeling recently. This need to shut off, this need to let yourself just fall into that sleep where, you know, I've been talking to so many people, myself included in this. It's this sleep where it is so intense and it's so busy that you wake up just as tired, if not even more tired. You are doing a lot of busy work in your sleep, which means that you're not really getting any sort of rest to begin with, which is why your soul's like, all right, I did this, I've done that, I'm integrating into this situation. Please just let me sleep. And Spirit is giving you basically the opportunity to just take a day off and simply exist. I'm not kidding. Grab a juice box, watch some trashy cartoons, let yourself just exist for a little while in this almost like cocoon-like stage. So the Alchemist, the fact that you need to step away for a solid moment, it doesn't mean that any of this work is for show for you. It doesn't mean that there's fakeness. You really shouldn't feel guilty about needing to rest. Whatever work that you have really put yourself through, whether it's spiritual work, ascension, whether it's changing careers, being a stay-at-home parent, and whether it's literally just trying to get through the day, whatever the end of the spectrum is that you are on, it doesn't matter. There's been a ton of work that's been going on inside of you. So I really don't want you to compare it to other people, because of course there's always going to be somebody who's done more or who hasn't done enough, and there's going to be this need to somehow ridicule them, but don't do it. This is talking about pay attention to yourself, as we are often told, and go take a nap if you can. It's time to rest. And in that rest actually gives you that time to actually heal even more. You know, when you get a huge workout in, or if you work out and you get a really good workout in, your muscles and your body, it needs time to recuperate. It can't keep hitting the ground running on this one, because it's going to be something that ultimately drains you. We don't need to do that. So this is saying, if you really want to be better and stronger in yourself, then take the day to rest. I know I keep talking about it, but it's a thing. So let's see. I'm being pulled to the life changes. However, I want to shelf these back in because I'm not feeling the mini read from earlier, so that might have a whole different meaning for somebody else. I don't know, check it out. Maybe it has meaning for you. It's a thing. Okay. Sobriety, motivation. What is your why behind what you're doing? You lose momentum if you don't really have your why set in place. The drive, you can't do it. You run out of gas. And this is saying you're trying to see everything clearly and trying to get a new grip and hold on your life, and some part of you is still attached. So there's this huge integration thing that is at a halt, which is what I've been seeing in the insight and also in private reads. There's something coming up to break your heart wide open in order to heal and let this go. So we have retirement, and then we have healthcare change. So this is talking about what I feel in this is, for so many of you, please don't take this the wrong way, getting rid of whatever anxiety has been completely overwhelming you in this. So I do feel like this is attached to you by somebody who was a caregiver in your life, somebody who you looked up to, who may have been older, who had responsibility overhead of you. And this is something that I feel was not put in regard to your best interest. And this is something that has been really pressured on you as a burden in your life. So the motivation, I just got to say very plainly, is the fact that Tweedledum and Tweedledee and whomever else have no more power in your life. They have a mental power, but this is what you're working on right now. You're going to actualize the fact that they have legitimately no more influence and power, and that this is all your choice moving forward. There's a lot of realization going on, and there's going to be a lot of emotion that comes with it, whether it's remorse, anger, relief even. Please, whatever you're feeling, don't reject it. You're not alien for feeling this. It's absolutely, whatever the case, perfectly normal, because there's no one way to handle this. So whatever you're feeling, don't say you shouldn't feel that way. Don't push it away. Sit with it, understand it, process it however you need to. On the other side of this is a newfound sense of freedom and ability and strength. This is all for you. And I know when somebody says this is happening for you, not to you, sometimes you want to bash yourself in the head. Don't do that. I mean it. This is literally something to set you free. So please take that for what it's worth. And I hope that this finds you well. I hope that you are able to sleep. And I do hope that you know that you're very much loved and cared for in this world, and that it's getting better. It is going to get better. And I have tons of love and appreciation for you. So if today's reading made sense, awesome. If you think somebody could benefit from it, send it to them. If you want to book a session with me, ask me about the services I provide and what might be right for you. I'm here for you. I look forward to talking with you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Thank you for showing up today. Now go rock it. So in regard to friends or family, I'm seeing that something from the past is coming up for you that you have actually been harboring in your body, not physically, but emotionally. And this is something that eventually shows up physically, aches, pains, tweaks, all those things. Something that is a block in your body. So pay attention where that is showing up, and this is going to be some sort of a metaphysical connection. Let's see. I do see family and friends from the past reaching out. If not in the physical, of course, you can always go with the energetic, because some people, it'll be just not even a thing of anyone trying to reach out to anyone. I get it. But this is something that you are very clearly confronting in yourself. It is a block, and this is one of the main things that has prevented you from getting to the step that you want to in your life. As much as you'd hate to see it, this is something that is, once you set it free, you're going to feel really different in the physical. So I hope that it made sense. I could say let it go, but I know how that goes. So do you. Can't just let it go. This feeling of wanting to mute it out. It's going to be a process. So I'm going to try not to sound contrived and be like, just let it go. All right, it's going to take a hot second. Let's chill. All right, I hope that this finds you well. Stay safe, have fun. I'm sorry that they couldn't love you in the way that you needed to be loved and the way that you needed them to show up. No, I don't think that you were asking too much, but I do feel like these people were some of your, of course, we could say greatest teachers in the most oppositional kind of way. So this is something where I think that you're incredibly loving and nurturing. This is a very pure innocence that you have always kept. But this is something that's been condemned in a lot of your life and also rejected and ridiculed, mocked, however you want to go about it. But this is also internalizing that sense of innocence and having it locked away to keep safe inside of you. Okay, so in order to access that part of you, we have to go through the walls. And I do see that this is going to be, it looks like mother healing. It doesn't have to be whoever the nurturing caregivers in your life were. This is something where you suffered because of that. And now it's coming up so you can change your relationship with yourself and retrieve that small child. I hope that it made sense. So, hey, you've been really rocking your spiritual work recently, and I get it, and you want to keep going. It's not a sake of keeping up appearances, but Spirit is saying, hey, the best way for you to integrate all of this energy is literally to take a day off, not of you know, reading or meditating, but just take a day off of grinding yourself to the bone on everything that you've been completely absorbed with. You're somebody who's doing amazing work with their life, who's making a lot of positive changes for the good. It's time to actually let that energy inside of yourself settle. It doesn't mean that you're fake or fraud or phony, any of those things. It means that you have been going at this for a very long time, because this is very self-driven, it's authentic, it's real, it's inside of you, all these things. But you need some rest, and you need some good rest. Some sleep where you won't wake up feeling even more exhausted because your dreams have been going a mile a minute. So take the day. I hope that made sense. Go on, go take the day. Get a juice box, watch some cartoons. Bye, love.